Hello people! Today we're going to do a set that I'm calling Gold Rush. Now, you guys know I am not a gold girl, but I've had this on my to-do list for a while and I didn't feel like doing another fall set, so we're going to go ahead and take a crack at these. I'm using a long coffin for this, and we're going to be using mud gel for the polish. Now this color here is going to be my base underneath the chrome, so we're just going to be doing one coat of this yellow. This is that one yellow I've been using kind of a lot lately. It looks super bright in the pot, but once you get it on there, it mellows out a lot. It almost looks orange in the pot. I thought there was a hair on there, but I couldn't find it. So, moving on. Okay, the other two are going to be also mud gel, but they're going to be this glitter one, gold glitter. Now this one I like a lot because it goes on fairly thick and opaque, and it lies perfectly flat. There's not bumpy or, like sometimes glitter can be. I will be doing 2 coats of this though, because these are just going to be as they are. This one also works good for, like, if you wanted to do gold striping or something where you just want, a swoosh of it on there. Okay, those are ready to cure, and in they go. Now, as I said, I'm doing a second coat on these gold glitter ones. And the other one. I hope you guys all had good Thanksgivings. We didn't have a whole crew here this year. None of us felt like dealing with it, so it was just my husband and my son and myself. And, of course, all the cats. Okay, moving on. Now, I topped all of those with Beetle's No Wipe Top Coat because I specifically bought that bottle just for using with chrome. And I only cured it for 30 seconds instead of the full minute I normally would do. Okay, we're going to do a gold ombre on these others. We're going to use this more yellowy gold and this more pale gold. Now, frankly, once you get them on here, they pretty much look the same to me. I mean, the yellowy one is a tiny bit darker, but it's like so, it's so close. I mean, they look totally different here, but once it gets on there, they're really close in color. But anyway, I bought the Beetles because I have been having so much trouble with chrome lately, and when I was using it before, I never had all these issues, so I'm going to use that bottle specifically just for chroming things. But we're going to go with the yellower one at the top and the lighter one at the bottom. And after I get them on there, I will just give them a little rub. A little rub-a-dub-dub. And look how nicely that works. So I don't know what the deal is with the top coats I've been using, but there we are. Nice and smooth. Went on easy. I didn't have to fuss with it. Didn't have to go over it again. So I guess from now on that's going to be my top coat for using with chrome. That'll be my go-to. And I'm also, as you can see, using my fingers to put it on and rub it in, because I always seem to get a better finish when I use my fingers, my bare finger. And there we go. See, you really can't see a difference between the two golds. I mean, if you really, really look in the right light, you can see that one's more yellowy, but I mean, you really have to be looking for it. But mainly, I just wanted to try out that lighter one to see what color it was going to come out to be, because I hadn't used that one yet. And now I know. It almost looks like a pewter color in the pot there, but it isn't, obviously. Okay, and there's our last one. That's the pinky. Now I've got this soft little mermaid brush that I use to brush off the loose chrome powder that may still be on there. Oh, brush that one right off the stand. Now there's a few imperfections on there because clearly my top coat or something under that was not fully smooth. So we are going to have some imperfections. I will deal with that after a while here. Okay, now we're going in with the top. I'm putting a tempered top on all of these. My normal one I use. Now this was the end of the first day I was working on these, and as I was later on that night, as I was thinking about things, what I was going to be doing next with them in particular, I then decided that the two glitter nails would be better off if I matted those, because I thought the embellishments would stand out and show up a little better. I mean, you don't have to do it that way, obviously. You can do it however you want, but that's what I did. Okay, and then we will give these a cure. As soon as I make sure everything looks okay. And in they go. Okay, now we're going to matte top these two glitter ones. And as I have said, with the matte top, you want to be generous. Otherwise, it gets kind of streaky. At least in my experience, it seems to. And I'm going to give this an extra long cure just to make sure it's fully cured all the way. And here we go. Now we're ready to go on to the embellishment phase. And I'm going to be using these gold Aurum crystals. Well, I'm calling them crystals. They're not really crystals. I don't know exactly what they are, and these little teardrop metal bits, and also the gold little metal circle ones. Those right there. And of course, caviar beads, the gold ones. And our trusty gem glue, and here we go. Now I'm gonna put my whole area. I'm gonna get my whole area where they're gonna have stuff glued with the glue on it now, because we're gonna do this in one go. Now I will end up adding more as we go, because I didn't have a design. Sometimes I lay out the design on my mat so I know exactly what I'm going to do. In this case, I was just winging it. Just kind of putting stuff on and seeing what I liked and what I didn't. These are the largest size of those gold crystals that I have. So I'm going to start with some of those. And then we got these little teardrop bits. Now I started off putting them on this way, and in a second here I'm going to decide that that's not the way I want them, and I'm going to flip them around. That one didn't have enough glue under it. When you're working with these little metal bits that are like this, they're concave underneath, so you have to have a decent amount of glue on there, so it will squoosh up inside of there and fill up the concave part. Otherwise, it's only glued on by the edges, and it may or may not stay on. You gotta be leery of that. And also make sure you press them down into the glue, because if you don't, sometimes they're just laying on top of it. That doesn't work great either. Now see, I like that look better. So we flip those guys around. Now I've got some slightly smaller crystals that we're going to put on the side. It ended up kind of being a flowery shape, which isn't what I was going for, but that's what we ended up with. Also, make sure you press your crystals down into the glue. Sometimes you're just putting stuff on, not realizing it's not fully pressed into the glue. It's just kind of laying on top. That will come back probably to bite you in the butt later if you don't take care of it. Now we need a little bit of glue, because they'll just pop off and then you're going to be re-gluing stuff on the whole time you're wearing that set, which is a pain and nobody likes that. Now I started to put these on the side. I got a couple of them on there. Decided I didn't totally like them, and I wanted to use some more of those gold metal bits. So as I was looking at it, I decided, you know what, I don't like that. That's coming off. And this is where I'm going to put the little round, these little round metal bits in there. I don't know what these things are called. I was calling them studs, but I don't think that's really what they are either. So if anybody knows what they're actually called, put it in the comments for me so I don't have to look like an idiot calling them some weird thing. And all of those little metal bits, those trays that I had with all the different shapes of them, those all came from Allie. In case you want them, you can get them on there. I mean, they're always on there, so I'm sure they have them on Amazon too, but mine came from Allie because frankly they're cheaper. I mean, it used to be when you'd order stuff from there, it would take, you could be waiting, 6 weeks, 8 weeks sometimes for things, but they've gotten way better at that now. I usually get stuff I've ordered within a couple of weeks. So that's good. And they used to ship like individually too from all the separate little stores that you've ordered from. Then they started having a warehouse where they keep a lot of this stuff like Amazon does. So now all my stuff, while it comes individually packaged from each individual store, it all comes together in one big envelope or one box depending on how much stuff I've ordered. It's usually a big envelope thing that has all the little envelopes in it. So that's kind of nice. You get it all together in one deal. Although I kind of used to like getting them one by one, 1 or 2 a day, because every time I'd go to the mailbox there'd be something cool in there for me to have. So I don't get that anymore, but okay, now we're going to put dots of glue where I still want to add some more to it. Now I was too busy flapping on about the Allie. I forgot to mention as I was putting the caviar beads on there, just get them all on there in the vicinity of where you want them, and then you go along once you get them all on, then you can go along and tuck them in, move stuff around, and get them placed more where you want them. Also, FYI, this is in real time right here. The other one that you're going to see after this, I will speed up. I started off with one of those other little ones on there and then decided I wanted bigger ones on the end bits, so that's why I took that one back off. This is kind of what happens when I don't have a fully realized plan as I start on some of this stuff. I just kind of go along and wing it and do whatever I feel like doing on there. Sometimes it comes out good, sometimes it don't. I seem to do much better though when I have a plan ahead of time. Okay, we've got the little ones on. Now we're going to tuck them all up in there where we want them. Make sure the rest of that stuff is where we want it. It hasn't moved on us. Now I did have a little tiny bit of an issue with the bigger caviar beads wanting to slide off or slide around in the glue because they're heavier, obviously. I have a solution for that. I just didn't use it on this one, but I have got a tube of solid gel glue or semi-solid, whatever it is, to use. Like if you're putting on a bunch of caviar beads, say you wanted to make them go in a string or in a longer line, and you get them on there and you get them all straightened out, and then they start sliding around, and then next thing you know, you got to spend a lot of time and keep moving them. So this stuff, once I get it on there, when I'm going to use it, they will stay where you put them, and they won't be able to slide around like that. So that could come in real handy when we're doing a lot of bead work and stuff. See, the one on the right is starting to travel down the side of there now. I know recently I've had issues with this on some of the other stuff I've done. So that's why I got it. See, there it goes. It's moved down. Get back up there. You would think that, I mean, they are heavier than the tiny ones, but they're not that heavy. You would think that the glue would hold them there. All right, in we go in the lamp. Moving on. Now this one I have sped up. This is the ring finger one. We're going to do the exact same design, although I'm going to downsize it a little bit with smaller crystals to start off with. And we'll just use smaller ones as we go. The rest of the design will be exactly the same as the other one. And we got little gold bits. I don't think I have enough glue on there. Oh, maybe I did. These little gold metal bits too, can be a royal pain to get where you want them. Getting them flipped over so you can pick them up with the right side up is a bit of a challenge for me with this set. And the big one's going on. And the second one of these always goes faster, even though I have sped this up, because I've already figured out the design of what I'm going to do, so now I just got to put the stuff on there. Once we get it figured out, that's half the battle. Otherwise, you know, I'm just playing around with different stuff, deciding if I like it or not. I have gotten stuff on in the past on designs and then decided I really didn't like them, and it was already cured, so that one would get, that whole nail would get scrapped and I'd start all over. I haven't done that lately, but it has happened. And then we got caviar beads that are all stuck together, which is another pain in the neck. Almost. I almost said a bad word. I try so hard to maintain my language while I'm on here. Now what I should have done too, as I'm thinking about it watching this, I should have rolled my caviar beads in some top coat and then stuck them on, because A, that'll help them stick better and stay where they need to be, and B, it coats them so the gold finish doesn't wear off as quickly. I mean, for my own personal self, I wear my nails for a month at a time, so whatever design I have on there has got to last for a month. So if I've used any of these kind of embellishments, I have to make sure to top coat them So, because that gold finish will wear off if you don't, and you'll be left with some ugly kind of, it's not even a silvery metal, it's just kind of an ugly, almost blackish metal under there. And it will not look nice, so that's about as long as I can get mine to last without, I mean, it will wear, the top coat will wear off and it will start to wear the longer you keep it on there, but usually by a month they're still pretty decent. And we're going to line everybody up. Everybody's good, and in the lamp you go. Okay, on these chrome nails, what I am going to do is just a simple cuff across the top. And I'm hanging on to that one because it felt like it was about to pop off the nail stand. Now see where that imperfection is towards the bottom free edge? There's a dot that sticks up that's like, it could be dust, I don't know what it is under there that got on the top coat or the polish coat, something. But now I'm not seeing it. There it is, see it? That's one of the imperfections we will take care of covering up so you won't see that on the finished set. Okay, we're going to do a 5 cuff crystal cuff on the top of all these, of these 3 chrome ones, and then we're going to get our caviar beads in there. Of course, now it doesn't want to stick in my brush. I will put a little tiny bit of glue in my brush and then wipe it off just so it's slightly tacky so I can pick stuff up. I kind of like using one of these brushes for these because the bristles kind of hold on to it sometimes. But on the other hand, sometimes you can't get it out of there either very easily. Like now, it's not wanting to come out. There we go. And then we have Siamese ones that we got to bust apart. No glue on there. Let's get a little dab of glue. Okay. This is the only one of these I'm going to show, so you won't have to sit through the other 2 of these, but they're going to be exactly the same. The only difference is on the pinky nail, I'm going to downsize the crystals again so they're smaller, and I can fit 5 on there, so it's going to look uniform, but be a smaller version of it. Alright, we got all the crystals on. Now we're just going to tuck them all in where we want them. That one's trying to escape. Come on, get in the glue. Just gently going around the edge to make sure they're not hanging off the top edge back there. And I think we're okay. Okay, now we're going to use these starburst, little metal starbursts. So these also came from Allie. I know they've got loads of these on there too. I'm sure you can get them on Amazon as well. I don't shop with Temu, but I'm guessing you can probably get all this stuff on there as well. I tried one order with them and was not happy with it, so I'll stick to my Allie. Okay, right where that dot of imperfection was, we're going to glue that. I'm going to have 2 of those on there, so we're going to glue up that one. And then we're going to stick these right over that so you won't ever know it was there. Straighten them out and press it down. These are also concave on the back, so you need to press it down really good into the glue. Now this one, I got a little bit more glue on there than I wanted. You won't see it, but I took a cleanup brush and went around the outside of there and got some of that excess glue off. I just forgot to show that part. Okay, those have been cured. We've done the rest of them, and now we're going in with the tempered top on the chrome ones. We're going to butt up against the cuff up there to help hold those on, the caviar beads, and we're going to cover over the starbursts because we need to top coat over that gold, the metal gold bits to keep the finish on there nicely. Plus, it'll help hold them on better. And there's a little pinky. Okay, on the other two, now I'm going to just top coat with my tempered top over these gold bits. Like I said, otherwise the finish will come off. Even though nobody's going to wear these, this is just what I do. I'm just with those all the time. And who knows, maybe somebody will wear them at some point, but there's only a half a set, so. Okay, same thing with this one. Now I'm being careful not to get it on the matte part, but we're going to recover that matte part anyway to clean up gluey mess that I got on there putting the crystals and stuff on. Okay, those are going to get cured. In we go, and now we're back. Okay, I'm going to do one more layer of the matte top on just these two, so there'll be no shiny gluey stuff showing. Now that I made them matte, I'm kind of liking them better shiny. Oh boy. No pleasing me sometimes, I swear. But anyway, they're matte, and that's how they're going to stay. And we're going to cure those. And there's the finished set. Now these are kind of a little bit washed out because my light was brighter, but they're not quite that bright looking, I don't think. But anyway, if you like them, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate it, and it helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more, I hit the subscribe button. I upload a new set every Saturday. So that's it for today. See you guys next time where I'll be doing my own nails, and I'll be starting on Christmas stuff. That's it for now. Bye-bye.